price of sustainability is depend on one's own
Judgment.
no requirement of comfort.
Oh, yeah, I
Just
agree.
like the not sustainable life. If people living a lifestyle that's not sustainable, is it cheap? Is it expensive? Well, some
That's a
people
very
live.
good analogy.
Yeah, so it doesn't really, you can't say sustainable is more expensive or less expensive. It all depends on your life.
Iya, so itu tadi pertanyaan yang paling sering ditanyakan oleh teman-teman, apa untuk hidup sustainable itu terjangkau nggak sih, mahal nggak sih? Nah, dari jawaban yang dipaparkan tadi, analoginya tuh sangat mudah. Apa sih yang Anda inginkan di kehidupan Anda ini? Coba lihat kehidupan modern Anda saat ini. Apakah Anda butuh mobil tambahan? Apakah Anda butuh rumah lebih lagi? Nah, jika Anda ingin hal-hal seperti ini, otomatis kehidupan modern Anda tuntutannya sangat tinggi. Artinya sangat mahal. Sama dengan hidup yang sustainable juga seperti itu. Jadi untuk menciptakan hidup yang sustainable itu bisa sangat murah. Anda bisa bikin ekonomi senilai 15 juta aja, atau mungkin Anda menginginkan sesuatu yang lebih seperti Anda butuh solar power, Anda butuh windmill, pembangkit listrik tenaga angin, dan hal-hal untuk kenyamanan hidup sustainable Anda. Jadi ini bergantung lagi, jika seperti itu yang Anda inginkan untuk kehidupan sustainability Anda, otomatis itu akan lebih membuat nilai rupiah lebih mahal. Oke. I have some more questions still.
Okay.
Halfway. I will save that for later. Should someone have land to be sustainable?
Yes
Okay.
and no.
Okay. Interesting.
Well, if you don't have land, you have limit to your sustainability because you can't really grow much food. If you have, you have land. If you have a house in the city, it means you have land.
Yes.
Yes. You can't. If you don't have land, if you don't have a house, if you don't have a land outside the city, then of course you can't do anything. You have to have a place with some kind of space, whether it's limited or not. So yeah, it's relative to the size. The more land you have, the more sustainable you can be.
Okay, so the option is it should be owned or can people rent, especially people who live in city. It's not affordable to own.
If you are renting an apartment or a house, I would say do whatever you can to save your money and buy land, even if it's just a few hundred square meter.
Okay.
Most people, what they pay in 1 year's rent, they can probably outside the city get maybe 200 square meter.
Okay.
And a small family can survive on 200 square meter.
200 square meter.
Yeah.
Do you mean it has soil or?
Yes, of
I mean
course. If
soil.
it's land outside the city, it's just soil. It's not.
What about the building itself?
Well, yes, of course, you must make sure that you build a small house so you have more space. But I'm just saying this is the minimum. Of course, if you have 1,000 or 2,000, it's much better.
Okay.
But yeah, you can survive on a few hundred square meter of land.
Oke, jadi teman-teman itu tadi untuk hidup yang sustainable mau tidak mau kita harus punya tanah. Nah, teman-teman yang ada di kota, entah itu memiliki rumah sendiri, otomatis Anda bisa berbuat sesuatu dengan kepemilikan Anda. Anda bisa membuat rumah Anda lebih sustainable. Tapi idealnya jika Anda memiliki tanah di luar kota. Dan untuk teman-teman yang tidak memiliki rumah, mungkin masih menyewa, sewa rumah di kota mahal loh, seperti kita juga nih di sini. Jadi bayangin aja dari sewa rumah, uang sewa rumah setahun Anda di kota, apalagi di kota besar, itu Anda sudah bisa membeli tanah di luar kota, di desa dengan harga yang sama dengan luas tanah yang lumayan yang bisa bikin Anda hidup yang lebih sustainable seperti tadi disebutkan. Untuk keluarga kecil sangat mumpuni dengan luas tanah sekitar 200 meter persegi, tentunya bukan rumah semua isinya. Oke.
Some men spend in 10 years of smoking cigarette, they spend more money on those cigarettes than it will cost to create a sustainable home outside the city.
Interesting. Tadi disebutkan untuk beberapa lelaki yang perokok berat dalam jumlah yang bisa diuangkan dari pengeluaran merokoknya ini selama 10 tahun udah bisa beli tanah yang cukup luas untuk kehidupan yang sustainable mereka. Interesting. Okay, that's a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
20 cigarettes per day, 365 times what 20 cigarettes cost, times 10 years, that's more than 100 million.
Okay.
Wow. Probably around 50.
If for those people who take the course, they might have some worries. How can they know that they do, the what do you call that? Let's say you teach them about permaculture and they practice permaculture, but because it's an online course, so they don't have that kind of thing. So how do they know that they're doing it well or right?
Well,
Right
that's
is a term.
unfortunately, that's the limit of this kind of courses, but that's also why it's very cheap.
Okay.
That price for 200 lessons, that's extremely cheap.
What can they do then?
Well, what they can do if they want, of course, they can write to us, they can send in photos to our Facebook. We have a Facebook group for this course, so that means that when they do something, they can chat with other people who are also taking the course. They can send in videos and photos to the group that other members of that group can see and give their comments.
Yeah.
And maybe whenever I have time, I can give a couple of comments. On top of that, anybody who take this course anybody who have taken the course, after they have taken the course, they can come to our eco-village or our projects up in the mountains and study the topics that they like. They don't have to do everything that is on this course because that would take quite a long time, but they can come in and try those things that they found more difficult. Either they can participate in building an eco-dome, hands-on, actually doing it, or they can create a greenhouse or any kind of thing. Do the training of our martial arts, which is an ongoing thing. All of the activities that is in this course will be continuously happening on our land because we kind of build out and will join it later. Ice cream, anyone?
I do one, but black forest.
Yeah, not that one. Not very nice.
Oke. Jadi ini ada salah satu pertanyaan penting yang saya tanyakan untuk teman-teman yang mengambil kursus, karena ini kursus online lewat video, jadi bukan kursus interaktif. Mungkin teman-teman bertanya, gimana sih caranya, apa yang kita pelajari itu sudah benar, sudah pada jalurnya, apa yang harus ditambah, apa yang harus dikurangi, saya mau bertanya ke siapa. Jadi kita di sini menyediakan grup khusus Facebook, di Facebook untuk teman-teman yang bergabung di kursus ini. Jika ada pertanyaan, masukan, ada troubleshoot, Anda bisa posting foto, video atau pertanyaan. Nanti kita sama-sama bisa bantu mencarikan solusi alternatif untuk apa yang Anda tanyakan. Dan juga teman-teman yang ikutan kursus ini nanti bisa datang ke Eco Village kami dan praktekin apa yang sudah dipelajari entah itu Anda mau belajar tentang greenhouse atau mau bikin ekodom atau mau latihan martial art di sana. Semua hal yang kita ajarkan di sini adalah hal-hal yang secara keseharian kita lakukan. Tidak usah khawatir jika nanti ada kesulitan di tengah perjalanan untuk belajar sustainability. Okay. Last question, or two last question. What result can this, the friends expected after they take this course? Like what we call that milestone, towards sustainability. Where will they stand? Let's say they study properly, they practice.
Nobody can answer that question because it all depends on their own effort.
Okay.
They can't just sit and watch all 100 lessons and not practice any of this and then get something out of it, other than the fact that they can say, oh, I watched that.
Yeah.
They have to experiment with the things that they learn, and depending on how much they experiment and how serious they are, they can be just as sustainable as I am, or we are.
Okay.
So there's no limit. It's just depend on themselves.
Alright, jadi biasanya nih di Indonesia kalau misalnya ada kursus atau ada produk yang dikeluarkan selalu dikeluarkan mungkin pernyataan hasil yang akan Anda capai setelah Anda mengikuti kursus ini seperti ini Anda sudah akan berada di titik ini. Nah, tidak seperti itu pada kenyataannya. Seperti apa saja di dunia ini, segala sesuatu itu bisa tercapai jika Anda melakukan usaha nyata, usaha yang serius. Sama juga dengan kursus ini. Jadi Anda bisa hidup sustainable kita atau teman-teman lainnya jika Anda benar-benar meluangkan waktu untuk belajar, untuk praktek, untuk serius dengan kursus ini. Okay, last one. So when this course will be started?
We start when the first, did we say 10 or 20?
The first 20 in?
When the first 20 people have signed off, we will start. And I don't like this because if we start the course now and people will not join until 2 or 3 months from now, they will feel it's difficult to get started because other people already started 3 months and now they are on lesson 12 and they are starting on lesson 1. Unfortunately, people always compare with others, so we start when we have the first 20 signed off.
Oke. Jadi mungkin teman-teman bertanya, terutama mereka-mereka yang sudah daftar kursus ini. Kursus ini akan kita mulai begitu 20 peserta bergabung. Kenapa kami buat seperti ini? Karena rata-rata orang kita untuk belajar itu lebih nyaman jika kita punya barengan, punya teman seangkatan istilahnya. Jadi bisa saling support, bisa saling memberikan ide di level yang sama untuk pembelajaran.